Hmm. I think, you know what? I'll find out afterwards because I don't know if my thing actually went live. But I'll get my stuff, I'll sit down, and then maybe we'll restart the stream. I'll check. Indeed! And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me, for sharing the space with me, this moment, this opportunity to experience either heaven or hell. Like that's my message, my feeling for today. Not necessarily heaven and hell, but something bad for something good. You know, the title on Reddit is Day 397 Going Through Hell to Get to Heaven. And yeah, you know, it's interesting, it's weird. I feel like in a lot of ways we as humanity are going through that hell right now, right? But that feeling, that recognition kind of gives me a hope because that must mean that we're going towards heaven. At least I hope so. Morning, Heather. Morning, Northern Lolo. Thank you for joining us. Frankie, really enjoyed the folks yesterday. Very special stream. Thank you so much. Frankie Marie, I think that's the first time I ever seen you say something. It's so nice. So nice to hear that from you. So much love. Thank you, my friend, for being there. Hey, it's the freaking PK Ripper. Thank you for joining us. Toasty Malosties here as well. Even barbecue. And Boots, Booty and Barbecue says, you're exactly right, Mel. You're doing God's work in the devil's playground. Thank you. I'll say thank you, Booty. Like, I feel when I receive a compliment like that is such an amazing compliment. That the initial reaction in my being is like, no, you don't deserve a compliment like that. Too much compliment for you. But thank you. I'm just gonna say thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the wholesome, truly yours. It's been a while, friend. How are you doing? How's life been treating you? Dissociative Nugget. Interesting username. Hi to you. Thank you for joining us. Going through hell to get to heaven is fully talking about my workouts. Yes. Literally, dude. Literally. So to you friends who don't know, I hope you do. The PK Ripper has been going through this losing 100 pounds journey, and he's been streaming it. And he shows up for himself, he shows up for other people as an encouragement to better ourselves. But at this point in his existence, he is overweight. So being overweight means your body is heavier, means you have to push yourself even harder in order to exercise. And he's doing that. He is going through hell in order to get to heaven, in order to get to a point where he is stronger. You know, and that is something I know I've said a lot here, PK. I don't know if you've heard me say it. We don't exercise because we want some sort of ideal body. We exercise because we want to be strong. You know, we want to feel free in our own bodies, free to move, free to, you know, kind of put ourselves wherever we want to in this space. And sometimes we have to go through hell. Sometimes we go through such levels of uncomfortability, and it educates us. It kind of makes us aware of the heaven that we walk into because of the hell we've walked through. And it's difficult sometimes when you're in the middle of that hell, because you're like, where's the heaven at? You know, we're impatient. We're really impatient. Today's excuse me, today's stream message, before I share where it came from. Let's see. Choked on a bit of water. Let's see if our thing we're saying is going to be in resonance with that. This one? Ooh, okay. Okay. It goes, love requires no effort. You just have to allow it to flow from the depth of your being and let it shine through you. Because there is absolutely nothing that can separate you from God. So today's message, today's feeling, this interpretation, this understanding that we have to sometimes go through hell in order to reach heaven, came to me as a very visceral, visualized, if you will, vision. You know, during my most recent psychedelic adventure, let's call it. And I was going through this moment, if you will. I was watching this episode of Hilda, and it was called The Replacement. And Elfo, one of the beautiful characters that's a part of this show, has a replacement. You know, they send this random ass dude who has a cool accent and a nice way of articulating. They send him to replace him. And the show is basically about this interpretation. You know, it has some love elements in there, but it's this interpretation that we try to replace, you know, either people in our lives, things in our lives, whatever in our lives, in order to get something else. And usually the thing we get isn't as significant as the things we've had, you know, the people we've had in our lives. And there was one scene where they basically stated that Elfo is gonna get taken, you know, like he doesn't have a choice, he's getting taken. So sorry if I'm spoiling. It didn't happen, obviously, but he's getting taken. And I paused the episode and I sat with myself, and I literally had this interpretation, this visceral feeling in my being that said, I will kill everything. And as I said that, you know, as I felt that, I will kill everything, my mind showed me the destruction of everything, like literally galactic scale genocide, mass murder of everything that has ever lived. And as I'm saying these words, and I said, I will kill everything to protect what I love, you know. And it was such a visceral feeling that came over me. And literally seconds after I pause and I play it again, there is this character, this old lady, who literally just like flies, like literally flies at someone to try and murder them. And it felt again just like this. Exactly, that is exactly the feeling, the emotion they were trying to stimulate in you. And it was again just the show of what love is, you know, how I could imagine, I could rationalize within my being the destruction of all of existence, everything, in order to keep what I love, to keep the person that I love, to keep the love of love, if you will. And it was surreal. It was surreal to be confronted with information of death and destruction in the context of love. Right? And it flows from us. You know, that love flows from every single one of us, from our depths. It pours. It doesn't even flow. It just like it's pressurized. And as soon as we let a little bit of it out, it like comes out in troves. As soon as we find someone that we love, it's not just like, oh, okay, now, you know, I found my significant other that I really love. Now I'm just going to love her a little bit, you know, just like 10% of the love I have. Nah, no, 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 no. It's just like, oh, now all of it. You want love? Okay. You're just getting like blasted by love. Going through hell to get to heaven is fully, yeah, absolutely, friend. Again, Booty and barbecue. Thank you for the wholesome friend. Ooh, Jenny says, my headcanon is that heaven is focusing on the good in your life and hell is focusing on the bad. We choose which we live in by choosing what to focus on. Beautiful words of wisdom, Jenny. That was almost the message that I took away from yesterday as well. You know, we had a bunch of, let's call them characters, yesterday, and it was mildly spicy for a while. And it was just, again, this clear indication like either you're gonna try and find love in this world, and then guess what? You're gonna find love in this world, or you're going to find or try to find hate in this world, and you're gonna find hate in this world. And it's just, you know, that understanding, you can turn it into a question. What do you want to find, Jenny? What do you want to focus on? What do you want to find in this world? Because you're going to, you know, and if you can ask yourself that question and you can rationalize, you know, what you've been trying to find and what you should be trying to find, you know, going forward, I believe it makes it easier to live a good life. I'm trying to. Today's topic hits close again. I'm happy to hear that, Talia. This is why we have these topics, right? It's it's intimidating to me sometimes because I feel like I'm actively like, as soon as the stream ends, I start planning, I start thinking about what the next topic is supposed to be. And sometimes it will literally be minutes, like 5 minutes before I came and sit down to stream that the topic actually came to me. And you know, I have these thoughts about that as well. You know, sometimes if I have the next stream topic like in my mind, I spend a lot of time kind of contemplating, you know, taking this topic and then turning it around and then turning it around again and turning it around and seeing this face of it and seeing this face of it. And I spend a lot of mental energy doing that. And then when I don't have a topic kind of like at the ready, if you will, I spend a lot of time thinking about random things and it feels almost more chaotic. And there is a very like flux kind of situation with that as well, where I find myself in hell, going through hell in order to find the heaven of the intention that I want to set for the stream. And sometimes I find myself in a state of heaven only to feel hellishly confused or hellishly having a hard time articulating, you know, whatever. It's this constant flux. And as you're saying, Janie, it's what you're looking for as well. This beautiful Buddhist saying of, if you're experiencing good times right now, be thankful because bad times are coming. If you're experiencing bad times right now, be thankful because good times are coming. You know, it's not ignoring the fact that you are having bad times. It's not ignoring the fact that you're having good times. It is trying to call to awareness, gratitude for it. Just all good old gratitude. Peppy, come here, come here. Eat the boss lace. Come here, come here. She has a tick on her. Come here, come here, come here, come here. I'll show the people first. I'll show the people first. Can you see that? Can you see the little tick on her chest right there? Okay, let me help you. There you go. There you go. Okay. You sit there. You silly duck. You silly little dude. You silly. I need to kill this stick first. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, tick. You know, it's not that I don't value you. It's just that it's a big yikes to have something attached to skin and sucking my blood. Oh. There we go. Thank you for the silver, my friend. Everyone's having a great day. He looks like Jon Snow. Kit Harington. Not exactly. Oh, goodness. Thank you for the wholesome, my friend. He looks like Heath Ledger and Kit Harington had a Hawaiian baby. I haven't heard that one before. Not the Hawaiian baby part. She's getting so big. She is. She really is, Jovan. She's probably going to lose her teeth soon and get new ones. Hey, Modenoke and Alexandre. Hello, you handsome devil yourself. Sorry I missed a few days of your streams. Glad to be back. No sorries necessary, my friend. You're here right now, and that's what's important. Yesterday, we had my mom and my dad on stream. So if you want to catch up on any streams, that one will be the one to catch up on. Hunter Mike? I'm gonna kiss you. Kiss you, kiss you. Kiss, kiss. Oh! Fish of Mexican keys. Oh, I love her two bits. Ow! Like I'm asking for it, obviously. Ow! I'll bite you back, yo. I'll freaking bite you back. Don't you underestimate me. Will do. It was amazing, friend. It was just a cool moment, and it is a rare one, if you will. You know, as rare as they can be. Okay, give me some space. I need to answer people. I need to say hi to the people. Yeah, show the good boy. She's been shown, friend. I hope you're happy. Have you? Why do you have a scarf when it's hot? Because it's a fashion accessory. It's a functional piece of clothing. You know, I can wet it and cool myself down as well. I can use it as a windshield. I can use it as a sun shield. How's this fun to you? Like this is. Thank you. I don't understand. Why? Why are you gonna try to eat me? You try to eat me again? Hey, Ryan, brother Bear, thank you for joining us. I don't want it, my queen. Okay, Savage. My eye is twitching. Send me some calming vibes, friends. So I saw these two hands kind of like holding something up and then oh puppy no, and the thing they were holding up was basically like an energy field that was flowing from the hands, but as soon as they did this the energy field started flowing, so it's like they have to hold it up, but it's more like it's coming out of the hands, if that makes any sense. Sending you love, Jenny. God equals love. I could say that. Heather, I think that would be as close to what God would be, if anything is, you know, true unbridled love. Calm down, thy eye. Yes. Hey, Jacob, thank you for joining us. King Kyle is joining us as well. He said, you need to take yourself. You need to not take yourself so seriously, bro. You think I take myself seriously? Do you know what I am? Do you know what I am? I am an organism on a larger organism that we call Earth. And that larger organism is as big as a speck of dust within our, you know, just immediate solar system. Me being a speck of dust on this organism that is planet Earth. Our entire solar system, star included, being a speck of dust. In the Milky Way. Our Milky Way being a speck of dust within the grander universe. I'm not taking myself seriously, dude. I'm trying to enjoy this experience, trying to be happy throughout all of it, trying to be as aware as I can be, even though awareness can be a little bit uncomfortable as well. Uh, Maybe this is me taking myself seriously. I don't know what you're talking about, Ken Kyle. I love you, friend, and I want to share the love with you. Not sure who you are, but you shall henceforth be known as Blonde Snow. I'm not blonde though. Am I? No, I maybe just the light is coloring my hair a little bit lighter. Love you, man. From one speck of dust to another. From one speck of dust to another. And I'm not saying these things to make you feel less. I'm not saying these things to make you feel like you're nothing. I'm saying these things to put into context how much you are in scale, in the vastness of this universe. You know, the amount of experience you've been allowed to have, I believe is your part of the infinity. You know, like right where we are in the middle of infinity. We can go down infinitely and we can go up infinitely. And we just happen to be here now, where we are. And it's surreal. It's absolutely surreal. And I want to share that surreal feeling that, you know, I want to share that with you. I do this in church. I replace all the gods in the reading with love in my head. Sometimes I cross them out and write it in. I'm not sure why. I think that's beautiful, Jenny. I feel the word God has so much societal bias attached to it. So It makes perfect sense. Oh my gosh, Jenny. Mine does that when I get very stressed out. My mom has it as well. I figure it was hereditary. Mine twitches as well, like a lot. Especially when I find myself agitated. My like this. Usually this one will start to like pull like this. Twitch, 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 twitch. It hasn't twitched in a while though. I feel like since I started eating a little bit better, it twitched less as well. They want to fill the emptiness they have. We all try to, friend. Thank you for the wholesome, too stressed today. How does one be perfect? How does one be perfect like you? Dude, I'm the furthest thing from perfect, though. I am. I, I'm so far. So, you see, dude, the more I think about it, the more, like, as soon as I read the words, how to be perfect like you, my mind was like, pulls out this drawer of all my fuck ups. It's like, every single one it touches, it just shows me those memories. It's like, oh yeah, fuck up, 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 fuck up. I'm not perfect, friend. The farthest thing from it. I try to be happy, and I try to be happy by staying aware. If it's my breath, if it's my environment, if it's my sense of touch, my sense of smell, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, I try to keep myself grounded in this moment of where we are instead of trying to be somewhere else. At least in these moments, especially, we try to do that. And it has allowed me more happiness. It has allowed me more understanding, but it doesn't. I don't think anything ever will allow me to be perfect, friend. And I think if we ever figured out how to be perfect, we would figure out how to be imperfect as well. So you don't have to be perfect, friend. You're okay just as you are. You are perfect in your imperfections, like all of us. There we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Alexandre knows you're already perfect, friend. That's what I would like to say. Long time no see. Hello from Florida again. It's been like 3 months. Why do you only pop up on essay deadlines? I don't know, Claudio. I really don't know. Maybe the universe is trying to send you some weird message of like, yes, you want to listen to this, huh? But you have deadlines. So maybe you should, you know, force yourself into this space, even when you don't have essays. Like, oh, I don't have essays right now. Thinks to yourself, what can I do? Meltmore stream. He streams every single day at from 9 a.m. What PST? I think so. 4 p.m. South African time. It's nice to have you here again, friend. I'm doing well. Like there's something else. I'm doing really well, but there's something else that wanted to be said, and it felt like it was like, hey, and then it disappeared again. I'm doing well, but I feel I'm not doing enough, even though I'm doing more than I have. I feel like I said I'm not doing enough. How about you, friend? I agree with you. Thank you, my friend. Literally following along with the quote he read, it seems like that's the logical conclusion. Interesting, right? Has he sold the kush yet or named what it costs? I don't sell marijuana. I want to say, unfortunately, I would love to be selling marijuana, but it's illegal in my country to sell it. It's legal for me to grow it and own it, but it's not legal for me to sell it. If I could actually sell marijuana, maybe I would have a car. You are right. That's the pain often comes before grace. But my favorite teacher tells me man's idea of heaven has made a hell out of his abundant paradise. Ooh, yo, what a beautiful quote that is. And it's beautiful because it kind of calls to awareness again, our idealized version of heaven. And what I like to do sometimes is I like to imagine not being able to see, not being able to experience, feeling, touch, gravity, not being able to hear, not being able to taste or smell, not being able to perceive body. And I project myself into this space of like void, of emptiness, of just floating. And then in that space, I try to imagine what I would want rather than that. And this is it. This is it. This is where we are. Like we're already smack dab in the middle of heaven. It's just because that we've had these ideas of what heaven is supposed to be that we don't allow ourselves to see it as such. Hey Dan, thank you for joining us, my man. Our higher self is perfect. Our ego is not. Our ego is like a distortion of our higher self. I have been struggling with mental issues in the year of most crises and depression of my life. It's the very definition of hell, it feels. Where do you feel it's taking you? Maybe that's the question you should ask yourself. If you're going through hell right now, what is your heaven going to look like, Alexandre? How are you going to feel when you're in your heaven? How are you going to be interpreting the people around you? How are you going to be talking to them? How are you going to be talking to yourself? You know, if you ask yourself, if you believe you're in hell right now, ask yourself what heaven would look like, and try and hack, if you will, some of those things. You know, start doing them for yourself, even though you might not be in that heaven right now. I believe it will come faster that way. What are you talking about, love? Right now, we're talking about going through hell to get to heaven, basically. It's hard to tell for now. It's hard to tell for now. What you want your heaven to be. Okay, let's ask about a feeling instead. How would you like to feel, Alexandre? What are you on about? If you listen, you'll hear, friend. Deep down in the mushroom experience. There we go. Love, mate. I'm hungry. What should I make? Well, your username is dissociative nugget, so I feel I'm biased. But since you might be eating a lot of nuggets, make yourself some stir fry, friend, if you have the ingredients for it. How much is the clock? Gonna continue. Heroin is a powerful drug. It is not really that powerful, my friend. It is something that takes your pain away. It acts on your opioid receptors, and it can be addictive, but it's not necessarily something that is, I would call, powerful. You know, and I haven't had any experiences with it. The only experience experience I have would be from what I've heard from, Hamilton, for example. And that dude literally has tried every single drug in existence. And in his opinion, heroin isn't even something that's fun. It's not something that you're doing because you want to enjoy it. You're doing it because you want to escape something. And if you can realize that just about the substance in itself, it makes sense why there's so many people addicted to it right now. So, who is he explaining this? I'm not explaining anything, friend. I'm just sharing my thoughts as they come to me. Yeah, Jenny, people have always considered heaven and hell to be to be distant, but it can be whether wherever you yourself consciously placed in the universe. You're completely right, Talia. And it's crazy as well because in certain states of mind, you get to see both heaven and hell. This might be a controversial thing to talk about, but there's a substance. This tree behind me is an acacia tree, and these acacia trees produce a compound in their bark root that is called dimethyltryptamine. Dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, is a compound that is very similar to the naturally produced serotonin in your brain. Technically, it is better serotonin than the serotonin produced by your brain. So when you inhale the active form of dimethyltryptamine, it bonds with your brain with more affinity than your own naturally produced serotonin will. And then as soon as you experience that bonding of information with your brain, you get shown things that